And the interesting thing with Shark Tale was, I mean, that's not around the same time Pixar's Disney's Finding Nemo came out, which was, the only similarities that they have is they're about the world of fish, and that's about it.
Hmm.
But they're completely different films, not in terms of story only, but in terms of tone, in terms of approach. When you guys finished the film, I think Shark Tale came out in 2005, 2004, and Finding Nemo came out in 2003. So was there a pressure of, an audience that has already seen a film that is about the world of fish, and now you're doing this? Yes, it has a big star cast, it's a different film, but was there ever a pressure in terms of getting the audience in, despite the fact they've already had a great appetite with Finding Nemo and it was quite successful?
Yeah, yeah, there was. And it had happened before between Pixar and DreamWorks with Ants and Bugs
And
Life.
Bugs Life. Yep.
And a
Yep.
lot of that has to do with the available technology. Toy Story was the first CG movie, and it was very simple. So the movement of these toys, and it didn't matter that much. It didn't have to be naturalistic, but that was the best of it. So that they chose to do a story about toy that showed off the technology as best as it could be done then. And then Bugs Life was about articulated movement with the characters, where you could create bugs that isn't about humans, but they could make realistic bug surfaces and that sort of world of the, grass height by the ground. And then the water is more complicated. We're to
Hmm.
create that sort of floating feeling through scenes and how to make gravity and to do scatter backgrounds where they would sort of just say, make these seaweed and fill this frame. And so a lot of the choice of story was dictated by what's new and impressive that can be done with the technology. And so the
Right.
underwater stuff came out, and Pixar went, yeah, we can make Little Nemo. We're Finding Nemo. And DreamWorks, yeah, said, well, if we can use the same, cool new underwater stuff that can be done with the way light refracts through the water, what kind of story can we do that's different from what they have? Because we're not going to go directly against them. So how far different can we make an underwater story from Finding Nemo?
And it was very different. It was completely the bizarro
Yeah.
world, right? Like it was like the upside down
Mhm.
or and whatnot. And despite receiving not so great reviews, Shark Tale did really, really well. I think it made over 375 million worldwide, and it was the ninth highest grossing film of 2004. So
Mhm.
from number standpoint, it did really, really well. Do you remember watching it first time in like a premiere or not test screening, but like a complete version, but watching it with average moviegoers?
Well, I remember, yeah, it's the big advantage that it has is that the color design is really appealing. That the colors really pop. It's very
Yeah.
really appealing, and the music. I mean, like you could see kids, bopping to the songs. That it was entertaining on a very visceral level with when the music and the color look are appealing and inviting and invite you to sort of enjoy what you're seeing. Yeah, the story's sweet and it has positive elements and interesting characters and scenes that you remember. But the overall impression of being in a big theater and hearing that music coming through the speakers and seeing the beautiful colors coming off the screen has an immediate visceral appeal. You could tell that people really enjoyed it.